I'm getting old, folks, and chances are, if you're still playing RuneScape, you are too. Now, due to the caveats of being alive, I don't have time to grind the high scores, level up cool account builds, or, God forbid, be an Iron Man. So instead, we are slowly creeping towards a maxed and fully geared main account. Welcome to Middle-Aged Maxing.
Ooh, that's a nice one. We'd love to see that shit.
Alright. Still here. Still grinding away. We're at 974. I've kind of... I don't know that I'm actually going to commit to this, but I've kind of privately told myself that once we hit 1000 KC, you know, if we don't have the ring, we're moving on to another DT2 boss, or to just some other content. But I'm far from actually finishing it, and this is probably a dumb idea. I don't PvP, but I want to engagement bait just a little bit and talk about the death matching change, because that's big news, right? I'm not going to pretend to know the intricacies of exactly how it works. I don't PvP, I don't deathmatch, I don't do any of the gambling, I don't care enough to do that. Fucking even like a month ago, a buddy of mine got a shadow from TOA. And he said he was going to chuck it, and I had to ask him to define what chucking is, and he poked fun at me because I don't fucking know. He deathmatched it, right? If you guys are curious, he fucking lost it. No surprise. You know, the big argument is it's tied to real world trading, and we like don't want it in the game, and it's hard for me to speak on it because I don't participate in it. And like I said, I'm just engagement baiting to get people to talk down in the comments below. But here's my personal and unprofessional take on the matter. I don't give a shit, and I truly don't see, like, if deathmatching were to remain in the game, I truly do not see it hurting the longevity of the game. And my opinion, like, I wasn't really making a whole lot of videos at the time of the duel arena getting removed. My opinion was very similar with the duel arena. Like, I don't care, you know, regardless of whether, you know, you have the duel arena to do it at it, or you have like the agreed upon rules of like Darox deathmatching or whatever. People are going to find a way to do it. Like, I'm not sure if Jagex knows this or not, but the entire game is predicated on the concept of RNG, random number generation, complete randomness. Like, there are so many different facets to gamble in this game because by nature of the game, it's just randomness everywhere. Your damage is random. The loot chances are random. The defenses are random. Like, it's just... there's so many different ways of getting random generation to happen. That was a really fast fucking kill. What was that? Oh, never mind. There are so many different ways to find randomness that, like, yes, deathmatching will be removed, but there is going to be another way that is found very quickly, and probably there's already other ways that are going on right now. Where people are theory crafting different ways to make 50-50 good gambling, you know? And it blows my mind that Jagex doesn't take the opportunity to, like, use this as a gold sink, right? Like, bring back the duel arena, make deathmatching illegal outside of the duel arena, and, you know, only, like, do a massive fucking tax, right? And obviously that's susceptible to the same shit as banning it, right? Like, if there's a big enough tax, people just won't go there, but, you know, it'll become the opportunity cost, you know, the cost benefit analysis of, do I want to get banned or do I want to pay the tax, you know? At least there's that, like, 50-50, you know? You get some of the deathmatchers scared enough, they're like, okay, I don't really want to lose this account here. Or, you know, I've paid for my 5th account this month, I'd rather not continue getting banned on it. I'll just go to the duel arena and do it where it is legal. You know, that's the same shit with everything in life, right? You can make it as illegal as you want, and maybe when we're young we believe that, okay, well, big man in charge said don't do it, so I'm not going to. But people are going to continue to break it, and people's threshold for, you know, how far they want to break the rule or bend the rule is going to be, you know, is going to be completely up to them. It's going to differ from person to person, and I don't know why as a company you would not take the opportunity to at least try and restabilize the economy a little bit by getting the portion of the deathmatchers that are willing to go and pay the tax at a duel arena type instance. Why you wouldn't give them the opportunity to do that degenerate shit there. And I'll reaffirm this too. Gambling is degenerate as shit. Like I don't care if like, even if you're not real world trading it, right? Like even if you're just doing gambling pixels, like it's fucking dumb, okay? Like don't get me wrong. I bought my fair share of loot boxes, okay? I'm not sitting up here on my throne of morality trying to give you a lecture, but let's all be honest. It's, even if it's virtual pixels, even if you didn't spend any real money, it's degenerate fucking behavior, and we all know it. That being said, if you want to participate in degenerate behavior, by all fucking means, I don't care. And from the perspective of Jagex as a company, like, sure, do you want degenerate shit in your game? Like, maybe not. But when the degenerate issue is gambling and your entire game, as I said, is based upon random number generation, like, that's a problem that's not going away. And so you kind of either play cat and mouse for the rest of your life, or you try and come to a middle ground and get some of the death matchers onto your side in a dual arena type area. That's my hot take. Please flame me in the comments below. It really does help the YouTube algorithm lay into me, tell me why I'm wrong, all that good stuff. Anywho, in other news, 94 agility, we're certainly getting there. And I know some of you are still asking in the comments every time I bring it up, saying, what's the new method that you're using? The method you're using before got shadow patched. Are you still putting your foot pedal to good use? And I'll answer that with maybe. I'll answer that with, in 5 more agility levels, I'll tell you all. And you know, again, I'm not arrogant enough to think that like my video specifically is the reason that it got patched out. However, I do know that I can't remember the mod's name, but there's like dedicated PR mods at Jagex who their entire job is to like sit on Reddit all day. You know, to sit on Reddit, read their Twitter, and watch YouTube videos and shit. And I'll keep it a buck with you guys. I don't know where my fucking videos go. I upload them and then I don't look at them for like 3 days. I'll come back. Like maybe the day of, I'll interact with some comments because that's, you know, it's good for the algorithm. But like, I fucking check up on them. So it's entirely possible that, you know, the mod team saw my shit. It's also entirely possible that I'm making it up. You know, there were some comments talking about how, oh, curse you made it too public and now they know. But I don't know. I think it's, all I know is that I uploaded a video and, you know, within a weekish of the 1 or 2 videos I had talking about it, it went away. And so on that note, I guess I kind of have the moral quandary of like, do I publicize the method that I'm using currently? And I, like, even when I hit 99, is that appropriate? Because there's people there with me. I'm not alone in what I'm doing. Like, it's not a hard thing to figure out. And so is that, you know, in the off chance where me talking about it did contribute to the fact that it got patched out, is it wrong of me to publicize another method and potentially screw other people out? And the wise words of one of my other buddies is, when you have an easy method in the game, it devalues my gains. You know, if I got 99 by doing agility courses for 20k agility XP an hour, like, you know, in 2 years when it's easier, that makes my achievement worth less. You know, that's said mainly in jest, of course, but there is some truth to that. You know, if a bunch of people were able to get 99 by doing some lazy AFK method and then it gets patched out and other people have to do something more grueling as a result, then is that shitty of me? I'm gonna say no, because it's a 20-year-old point and click simulator, but moral conundrum for more serious situations, I suppose. And then additionally, I think that just speaks to the greater issue of some of these skills. And I'll talk about that in another video in the future. I don't know that I really want to ramble about it right now, but like, man, if people are willing to go to like lengths of like finding super AFK methods and then shutting the fuck up about it so it doesn't get patched out in order to not train one skill like that, I don't think patching it out is the appropriate course of action as a company. I think the appropriate course of action is asking, why the fuck don't people want to engage with this content? And don't get me wrong, Hollowed Sepulchre is a lot of fun, but like, here's another hot take. Are you ready? Strap in. Being as I coined the term middle-age maxer, I like AFK methods. And I played back when, you know, RuneScape transitioned into RuneScape 2, and they started adding things like the... Let me get a show of hands down in the comments. Who remembers the fucking vines for woodcutting? It was like dog shit XP, but you would just like left-click the vine, and you could walk away for... I want to say like close to an hour. I don't think that's right, but it was enough AFK time where like you left click and you knew you did not have to look at your fucking screen for a while. And it was, you know, marketed under the guise of, oh, this will be a social thing because everyone will just sit and click and not have to worry about it and they can type. And it wound up just becoming an AFK nonsense, which fine. I also appreciate that. And I think at the time it probably wasn't super well received because the player base was largely, you know, younger guys, and everyone was like, kind of like what I said earlier, man, fully AFK shit devalues my grind, man. It makes my achievements worth less. And there certainly is some truth to that, but with the change in demographic with the player base and, you know, with the evolution of where MMOs are at, and with, you know, the clear distaste for a couple of these skills that really, aside from like one mini game, I'm talking about Guardians of the Rift and Hollowed Sepulchre, you know, really have not seen any love. And like even at fucking Guardians of the Rift, like half the people there just like click on the goddamn rock and then get their 40 points of contribution and then go AFK. Like, I think it would be appropriate to visit, like, for some of the more grueling skills, like even like a 10k an hour AFK method. And I know that's it makes some of you recoil in disgust, and that's completely fine. Please tell me. Again, engagement baiting here. Look at me go. I'm a professional, folks. Again, tell me in the comments. Like, I want to see a war zone down there. I want to see a damn bloodbath, because I know this is a passionate topic for a lot of folk. But I do truly think, as someone who has played for damn near 20 years and never maxed, I think it's probably... I don't think it would be as offensive anymore to see a AFK method for some of those skills that just have not gotten the love that they need, in my opinion. Because, I mean, goddamn, man, like, if after 20 years people still do not want to touch these two fucking skills, even after all the updates and changes, like, there's something fundamentally unfun about doing the skills, and that's okay. It's okay to, like, admit and think about that, but... And maybe an AFK method is not the way to go for making these skills, quote, fun again. But all I'm saying is there are people who absolutely adore mining and wood cutting and cooking, you know, as skills to like 200 mil all, or just to sit and relax, you know. Redwoods for pet chance is something that I know lots of people still do, to just sit down and like fucking turn their brain off and not think. I don't think it's a problem to have those kind of cathartic... those cathartic, relaxed, turn your brain off methods for every single skill in the game. There's my hot take. God damn, I need some water now. I don't know how people like fucking Daybay or that other podcast group fucking do it and just sit down and talk about RuneScape for an hour and a half. Holy shit. Like, obviously I'm passionate about it and I could talk about it conceptually, but it's, man, my mouth is dry, my throat is sore. I don't talk this much ever. The committed few of you who like watch every week, first off, you're very sexy. Way to go. Second off, you might remember from a little while back me talking about moving into the new place and setting up in the basement and seeing a big old spider run and hide. I found him. I was foot pedaling at work. I was foot pedaling that sneaky agility method I was just alluding to. And I take a look down at my feet to check the laptop that I've got the foot pedal hooked up to and make sure everything is still going as intended. And I look into the corner down here, and I see there's a whole dusty little bit next to my foot. And I think to myself, how did it get so dusty in that one corner so fast? And I shine my light down there, and lo and behold, there's a big old spider right next to my foot. So as you might imagine, I went and grabbed the broom, and introduced him to God. Ooh, 84 max. That's sexy as shit. Ooh, big number. Ultra ring. Fuck. And cleaned up that corner a little bit. I don't know how, like, because my feet are down there every single day. I don't know how he snuck in there. I guess my feet keep it warm. Don't know why he was hanging out down there, but not anymore. And it wasn't a brown recluse. It wasn't a wolf spider. It wasn't a daddy longlegs. I don't know what their scientific name is. I'm not going to pretend to know. I just know them as cellar crawlers. I'll put something similar on screen right now, and I'll give you all a spider warning, okay? There's gonna be a cute little spider boy on screen here in a second, so you guys watch yourselves. This guy, he's a cute one. Yep, he was hanging out. I introduced him to his creator, and that was the last of it. I'm sure there's more of them down here. Maybe it was a mommy, and there's about to be millions of them, but I am relieved that it was not a brown recluse or wolf spider or anything nearly as spooky as I was worried about. Also, there were a few of you from last video who were like, no, go complete the axe. Go complete the axe. And I think you guys are probably right, but I couldn't help myself. We're officially at 1004 KC. This will be KC 1005 here. I've gotten like 300 kills without a unique, besides that axe head. Like, I have to believe that we're close to the Ultra Ring. I have to. And as soon as I get that Ultra Ring, we'll move on. But something tells me we're getting an axe piece again. We're gonna get our third axe piece before second Ultra, but it's okay. There's no one like you. I can't wait for the nights with you. I admit to the things we do. I just want to be loved by you. No one like you. I know what image I'm gonna put up there. It's the boomer Wojak with the white monster energy drink, because it's a fucking boomer's drink, right? And I'll be honest with you, I made a trip back to my hometown not too long ago, but it was just going to be a day trip, so I had like a 2-hour drive ahead of me at like 9:30 at night. Or sorry, like a 3-hour drive ahead. 2 to 3 hours, right? I know I was going to be up late. And normally I get like these fucking, what do you call them? They're like ice drinks, right? But with caffeine in them. They're not like full-on energy drinks. They're basically just a cup of coffee that's sugary, kind of. And usually I get those, but the gas station I stopped at to fill up did not have those. All they had was Monster Energy. And I saw the fucking white Monster Energy like in the memes, and I thought, fuck it. It can't be that bad, right? And I have to say, folks, from the bottom of my heart, that drink is the most putrid, vile dog shit I have ever had the displeasure of putting down my gullet. It was awful. I will never be consuming that shit or any other Monster product ever again. That shit was insanely bad. This video is full of hot takes, man. Holy shit. $84, nice. Into 84. Get that, it was the double. Alright. Last one for a little while. Lean forward. Holy shit. Dude. I even took the earbud out, so I didn't even hear the little ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Oh. Well, fuck me, man. What do I do with this information? It's the same rate as the Ultra Ring, by the way. I think for those of you curious, it's 1 out of 1,088, and that is my third axe head. Let's take a peek at the log here. So yeah, it's technically lucky, but fuck, man. I'm not going to log in, but I am going to record it here just so we're all aware. Sunk cost isn't a fallacy. I'm going for the Ultra Ring. Spent a few hours elsewhere on my laptop, just relaxing after work, taking in the day, hanging out with the wife, watching some fucking shit on the TV, snuggling the kid afterwards, all that good shit. Spent time away from the tower and the recordings and whatnot. I kind of had the thought, and it came to mind, and I went, you know, what do I want to do here? What do I want to do? I have 2 axe heads, and potentially even a third before I fucking get the Ultar ring. And honest to God, I'm doing it out of spite this time. Like, this entire video has been nothing but Vardorvis, and for that I apologize, although I know all of you put me on the second monitor anyways, and that's okay. What I can say is that the Chamber of Xerix videos did absolute dookie. I don't know if it was the way that I marketed it, or if it was the way, just the fact that it's Chambers, or what, but worst performing videos in the past 3 months. Very bad, and that's okay. It's not like my range of views is massive or that I lost like tens of thousands or anything. It's just they were the worst performing videos. You know, less people clicked on them, less engagement, less to talk about, all that stuff. And while my goal here isn't to become some famous YouTuber, God fucking forbid, my goal is still to do what's best for the channel and the series and to grow an audience of middle-aged maxers. And so I'm wondering if maybe we could turn this 2 axe head situation into something positive. Do I want to slave away a DT2 for the rest of my life? Probably not. Would getting 2 axes put me in that position? Maybe. But I was trying to think rationally about it. And all of you probably know that Vard has the hardest drop rates, right? The axe head is 1 out of 1,088, I think. Everything else is roughly like 1 out of 700. But the other fights take longer. And I like the DT2 bosses enough that I think I'm just willing to try and experiment here and see if these do any better, like, performance-wise, you know? I'm 100% going to clickbait the shit out of the fucking thumbnail with something like why deathmatching is actually good for the game, or something similar like that. A defensive deathmatching. Something to get clicks because that was a good chunk at the beginning there. But going forward, maybe we'll try and do some more DT2 content and see what's going on and see if we can't can't get a little bit more of the casual crowd in here. And next thing I'll do is I'll go to Duke's Succulus and probably cop a Bellator ring before doing that. I might go cop a Bellator ring right now, actually, come to think of it. Yeah, and maybe put those axes together, because you gotta understand too, like, it's not like guaranteed to stay up, but it's at the height, like the Soul Reaper axe is at the highest it's ever been right now. I don't know if it's speculation from like Araxor or something or what, but as it stands right now, the axe is 400 mil. I've gained 50 mil off of just buying it for the Vardorvis grind. But like, it's at 400 mil right now, and if it stays there or goes up a little bit, we're sitting on roughly 400 mil with those 2 axe heads should we put them together, you know. And that's, you know, time put into the game. If you're thinking like, how much would I have gotten from Cox versus TOA? You know, like these kinds of late game things, you know, are definitely more GP per hour, but you're at Cox, it's, you know, the money comes from Tebow and Ancestral, and that's, you know, a 1 in like 500 to 1 in 1,000 for Tebow. I think those are really rough numbers, don't correct me on that. And TOA, you're sitting at like a 1 in 400 for Tumikins, and that's like 1 bill, and each raid is like 30 minutes. You know, that's a lot of time to commit to a chance. And at least here, of course, everything's RNG, but at least here the odds are a little bit easier, and it's certainly more digestible. You know, it's harder for me in the long run to say, okay, I have 30 minutes to commit to a raid versus I have 3 minutes to commit to Leviathan, you know? So who knows? Maybe this will be more in line with the theme we kind of got going here on the channel. Maybe this will be a terrible fucking idea, and we will crash and burn, and it'll do even worse than Cox, and I will have officially peaked. But time will tell. I think I'll have fun doing it. That's kind of the direction I want to go, I think. I'll probably spend some time editing this video tomorrow, and if it's long enough, then this is the end. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, and fucking call to action, likes and subscribes, and yell at me for weird opinions down below. Alright, bye-bye. No, 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 no. No. Just give me the Ultra Ring. No way! What the fuck? I'm about to have a fucking conniption. What the hell? I haven't even seen a piece of Verdus from this guy. What? Alright, this is for real the end of the video now, because I'm too depressed to keep going. So, yeah. Likes, subscribes, love you all very much. Mwah.